What's up, my peoples? It's your boy Rum 300. I'm back again with another video. Now, this is a first for me. I'm not gonna lie, it's a first. And I hope that it goes well. I truly do. It's gonna go well. It is. Let me back up. Let me back it up and tell you what. You might know, I post on Instagram quite often. Most likely once, twice a day. And periodically I get, messages from perfumers or, people in the fragrance game. They want to send me stuff. This particular day I got sent a message from this up-and-coming perfumer in Maryland, which was surprising and also exciting at the same time. His name is, I hope I'm saying it right, I'll put the name up there. His name is Zach. He contacted me. He said, yo, I'm an inspiring perfumer. I'm coming up with some fragrances and I would like some feedback on the fragrances that I'm creating. So of course, me being kind of sore of fragrances, your boy is gonna say, yes, send me something free. I will take it. Now, I wasn't sure what he wanted at first. I didn't know if he wanted me to review it or he wanted me to give a first impression. Because I was like, he sent me bottles or he's sending me samples. So he told me I'm gonna see some samples. I said, okay, samples, I do first impressions, and I'm gonna give my honest opinion. If the fragrance isn't good, if it's trash, I'm gonna let you know first, and then I'm gonna put it on film if you're okay with that. And he was fine. He was confident in his product that he said, nah, I want you to be as honest as possible. I need the good feedback so I can make the fragrance better. So I said, okay, cool. So it took about a week for him to send me the fragrances, and as you saw in the video, here they go. So there's a couple of things I'm just gonna put out there. One, here's the name of the fragrance company. I'm not gonna try to butcher it. I know it's Parfum, Maison, something. It was all jumbled up and I had to break it up to see what it was, but that's the name. Second thing is, I'm gonna put the name of the actual fragrances up there because I don't want to butcher those either, and it's better for me just to put the name so you can see it. And I'm not sure if he's going to change it or not. These are what he said these particular fragrances names are. There's 5 of them, so these 5 fragrances I'm going to break down, and once again, like I said, I'm going to give my honest opinion. So let's go. All right, the first fragrance I'm going to talk about, the notes are caramel, amber, and oud. So let me grab that bottle real quick. All right, so here that fragrance is right here. I got a little test strip, so I'm gonna spray that on there and let you guys know what I think. Now, for me, I'm gonna give you, now I've sprayed this before and I've wore all these fragrances at least for a day or two. 2 of them I wore about 2 days. So, my honest opinion. So, right off the bat with this one, I don't get amber out of the first accord. What I get is almost a creamy, almost salted caramel, buttery type of smell with a fruitiness behind it. I get hints of wood and agarwood, which is the oud, but not heavy. This is definitely a feminine fragrance. This isn't something that I would consider to be a manly fragrance, but it is nice. It's very, very bubbly, very kind of a happy kind of fragrance, and immediately I get a salted caramel And that might be what the amber is kind of producing. And I get definitely a fruity, almost like a fruit and flower, floral kind of vibe from this. I did not get amber at all. Like from what I've noticed, and let me make sure I'm right, no amber, but definitely the caramel, a salted caramel. I do get slightly woody nuances. Now when this dried down when I wore it, it didn't keep the salted caramel, but the caramel sweetness still stayed. And then it became a little bit less floral and more of the woody background came. It was very faint though, it wasn't very light. I mean, it wasn't very heavy. The heaviness in the winter from this, if you like caramel, if you like salted caramel, you'll like this one. And it stayed on me all the way into the next morning, which is a compliment to how good the fragrance is. But that is definitely categorized or suited for a female, in my opinion. Next up, we're gonna put, and this is in no particular order, I'm just gonna put them up there and let you know what I think. Next up, name is here. And this one has, right off the bat, a Middle Eastern vibe. The notes in this fragrance are oud, musk, patchouli, orange, and rose. And when I tell you, this has a very heavy dose of oud. Now, I've experienced some of the most expensive oud oils that you would ever encounter, and I've experienced some of the synthetic and just not there. I guess you say the word is immature. Oud, Eaglewood oils, and if they're not aged very well, they can come off very fegal or very ripe, and it just doesn't smell good. Now, for me, honestly, when I sprayed this on paper, I did not like this. I was like, it's in between something that was aged maybe 5 to 10 years, but then it also had a slight synthetic kind of spray or blast when it first hit me from the paper. So I was hesitant to put this on my skin because I know the concentration was crazy. But I said, forget it. You know what? I'm a G. Let's go ahead and put this on your arm. So I sprayed it, pop, pop. I was like, oh, this is a completely different fragrance. This shit smelled amazing. Amazing. Now, it was still a heavy dose of oud. I can see anybody that loves oud oils loving this fragrance. And I'm an oud lover. But it still had this brightness to it. Now, I'm gonna give the credit, the brightness, to the citrus, and I think that was the orange blended with the oud oil and also mixed with the florals and the rose. I don't really get too much musk. Dry down might be giving you a little bit of a musky smell, but ouds usually do that by itself. You know, the blend is very well done, and I urge you, do not try this on paper because you will not enjoy it. Something that, I guess the texture of paper, whatever the case may be, does not make this fragrance smell as good as it is. It is absolutely one of my favorites out of this whole collection. Top 3 out of the 5, definitely. So there we go with that one. Next one. Okay. Spray it on the paper. Just to give you guys a disclaimer, the concentration on these fragrances are out of this world. I sprayed this thing on my hand one time. I'm gonna do it just so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Not with this one. I'm gonna do it with the next one. But the concentration on these things is crazy. The oil concentration is like you put an oil sheen baby oil and some type of Crisco on you at the same time. It does not go away. It doesn't go away. I mean, maybe 2-3 hours you'll see it kind of dissipate, but it stays on your skin for a long time. So don't spray this shit on your clothes because you're gonna get an oil stain. The concentration and it lasts. They last 15 hours easy. Now this one, no, let me spray. I sprayed that on the same paper. Let's spray it on there. Here we go. All right, there we go. Here we go. Here we go. This is the gourmand one. This is the one that surprised me the most. How it reminds me of gourmand lovers, anybody that loves sweet or dessert-like fragrances, anybody that loves holiday-like fragrances, definitely going to enjoy this one. This one has notes caramel, vanilla, oud, amber, and violet. Now, I immediately get the amber and caramel combination from the beginning. But this isn't like the salted caramel. This is more like a melted caramel and almost like a syrupy, resinous type of amber. And they kind of melted them simultaneously together. And it smells very, very good. And the sweetness isn't that cloying sweetness, isn't very sugary sweetness. It's the sweetness from both the amber and also the caramel, and it's just enough. The oud is blended superbly in this one. It's blended so well that you definitely get some of that eggwood nuances and some of it just creeping in there periodically. But it isn't something to me that oud haters would detect. It's like if you know oud, if you smell it, it's familiar to you, you're definitely gonna pick it up. I haven't really gotten too much of the violet. I think I need a little bit more time to kind of experience that, but nothing floral here. Very gourmandish, very dessert-like. Holiday in a bottle, definitely one that I definitely want. This is my second favorite. All right, next up. Let's see what this one is. All right, let's put this one here. I think I got another strip somewhere on the floor. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I am. I'm really excited for this brand to come out, and I want you guys to definitely check it out. His tag is on Instagram. I don't think he has any other social media outlets yet, but stay tuned. And if y'all trust my judgment, I'm telling you, he gonna surprise a lot of people. All right, next fragrance. There we go. Now, let's see. This one is musk sandalwood, oud, ylang-ylang, honey, and lily. Now, okay, so as soon as I smelled this, it reminded me of this Ethiopian lady that I worked with. She introduced me to these burning charcoal. It's basically what you do is you put these pieces of either myrrh, oud chips, or I can't remember exactly what it's called. I think it was I have to find it. I'm gonna put a picture of it up there. But you burn it and it brings up this floral soapy like smoke that covers the whole house, and it's very, very pleasant. And that's what I get when I first open this, that smell. Right after that, it definitely gives an absolute fantastic mouth-watering honey note that is just immediate right after the soapiness, which is a weird combination, but the clean soapiness with that floral notes, and then it completely jumps and goes into a sweet honey-like vibe, and I do enjoy that. Once again, this is one of the ones that I smelled on paper and had to put my hand to kind of really get it to open up for me, and the honey opened up very well, and I truly enjoyed that. The musk does step in there a little bit, but it stays very floral, very soapy, and here and there you get those whispers of that honey keep creeping in. And once again, this is a good fragrance. This is a good, for me, this is a good suit fragrance. If you're going out with a suit on, if you're going out with a dress on, this is the one that I say is the closest to a unisex fragrance that I think out of all of them. Now, the amber honey fragrance, it definitely is. I think this one is called Notioreta, but that one is unisex also. But this one has floral that leans more towards the women's side, but then has that clean soapiness that leans more towards the men's side, and then the honey balances it out. That gives it something that you can wear if you're a man or woman, in my opinion. So that one is definitely a very good one. So last but not least, I need to spray this in my hand. I said I was gonna spray it in my hand so you guys can see the oil concentration. Can you see that? Look how crazy that is. That oil concentration is crazy. But, oh, yes. Here's the name. Now, this one, amber, oud, green tea, and rose. We're gonna start that from the base all the way to the beginning of the fragrance. So, for me, I get rose straight off the bat. Is rose. Well, I don't know where the rose come from, but it's the rose stem, the rose petal, and the rose oil all in one. Very green, very floral in the beginning. And if you don't know, I love rose fragrances. And this is not no girly, dainty rose. Now this is a very, very, very bold rose fragrance. Right after that, I get oud. I do. I get a slightly animalic, slightly woody, but very, very aggressive oud. Amber, not so much. Maybe a dryness, maybe the dry amber, the dusty version, or the, I ain't gonna say dusty, I'll say the dry version of amber. The one that makes me smile and the dry down for me is the green tea in combination of that rose. Guys, this is my favorite one. If you love rose fragrances, if you just even like rose fragrances, if you like green, if you like the rose oil, if you can deal with an oud rose combination, this one is absolutely fantastic. Definitely my favorite one. So, not a first impression, but just my quick overview of the actual brand. And I think this guy, like I said, is not playing. That concentration is crazy. This is going to be on me until tomorrow. Absolutely. Like, they last forever, like 15 hours easy. And you put on your clothes. Like I usually, for the last like 3-4 days, I've been wearing black, so I didn't really care if it got on my clothes 'cause it's not gonna stain it. I would wake up and still have this thing just drop me in the face. I love that. I'm the one that if I pay over $100 for a fragrance, I say over $125 for a fragrance, I want that fragrance to last pretty much all day. 8 hours at the minimum. Over $125. If I'm paying $200-something, it better be a guarantee that it's gonna last. Some people don't like that. That's just my opinion. I don't want to have to be like, oh, I done spent $250, $350 on a fragrance, and I gotta go back home and spray it, or I gotta carry a decant on me. That's not worth it. I want to do 3-4 fragrance sprays, pop, 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 2 on my arm, and I'm good to go. I don't have to worry about it. Now, if I decide I want to get that opening again, then I might carry a decant on me, but I don't want to depend on that. And with this fragrance, I don't have to do that. So I'm really excited about the brand. I'm really excited about what he's gonna do. From what he said to me, he wants to make everything perfect before he comes out public and start putting a bunch of stuff out there. He's working on the bottles right now. He said in a few months he's gonna start making 50 ml bottles of his fragrances. And I don't know the price point yet. I don't know what the bottle's gonna look like. I'm excited to see. He's gonna show me. If I do get an idea of what they looked like before the video show, I'll put it up there, but I doubt that. But like I said, keep an eye out for the brand. He's on Instagram. Hit him up with some comments or ask questions, and I'm pretty sure he'll answer for you. I'm excited for the brand, and I'm always willing to help, you know, someone with their dream and their passion, especially if it's in a positive manner. So with that said, thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate you guys. I hope I did the video justice. I know I was all over the place at some points, but this is something I love doing, and I will continue doing it until I don't. Alright? Like I always say, guys, it's okay if you want to smell like Rome. I'll check you guys out in the next video. Until then, no, not until then, hit that bell icon. Let me know what y'all think. Put those comments down below. Alright? Until then, peace.